the non-fighting animes, like sports anime, they don't end in a war. But like My Hero Academia and Naruto, they both end in it. They both end in a freaking war. Dragon Ball kind of ends in a war. Like, it's a war between Majin Buu. Also, it's a war between each universes. Literally, every anime ends with a dumb war. I don't know why, but I'm just gonna do that. So let's get back to this. So, when let me get a recap on the characters. We have Adrian on the squad, Alex, Akane, Remy, Sarah, Fina, and Troy. We have those guys are on the team. So they're watching TV in their house, at Sarah's house, since she's a rich girl, but she's not spoiled. Not at all. So they're watching TV. But then they see a news report. A giant seed has been growing underground for thousands of years, and in 1 year's time, it's going to expand so much, and there's going to be one giant rainstorm in that spot. So when all that water seeps into the seed, it's going to grow into a 10,000 meter beast. We're going to need the giant forces to fight this thing. Everyone, be warned. This is going to happen in actually 1 month's time. Everyone is freaking out. They're all like, oh, everyone in the world is freaking out. Adrian says, alright guys, we need to put a stop to this. Troy says, yeah, that's impossible. That thing's gonna grow so big if we ever have to fight this thing. But we don't, Adrian says, we don't even know what it is. Troy says, it's obviously a giant beast that shoots out these giant vines. Then they get to see on the TV, news reports say that it's gonna look like a giant beast. Giant serpent beast that will send out vines. He goes, told ya. Adrian says, how did you know that? He goes, I'm just smart. Adrian says, wow, that's real helpful. He goes, so I guess we're gonna have to prepare for this. Then the next day, they're in the fields having fun. Well, actually, I don't know how you could have fun, but they're just training in the fields. When it hits downfall, all the sky goes dark randomly, with a tint of red in the sky. But then the whole ground starts to shake where they are. Adrian goes, what the hell is this? What? As the 10,000 meter giant serpent snake comes out of the ground going, yeah! As it's got 5 heads. Okay, it's a dragon. It's a 20-headed dragon. That's 10,000 meters. Christian says, this thing's huge. We can't deal with this. We have to go. Akane says, not even a full power night days would even gaze this thing. Adrian says, I can't unlock anything. We can't do anything about it. As it shoots a giant vines at them, he says, but looks like we're gonna have to cut through them. He says, Alex, use your lock-on ability to try and find its weak points. He goes, right. As he looks at it, and then he says, I found it's got a core in the middle, but it's layered by deep wood. Adrian goes, ah! As he's slicing all kinds of branches, vines, so they don't absorb his energy. Because they realize that they absorb energy after Adrian got his a little bit stolt, as he goes, but then they're all backed up by tons of pro swordsmen, tons of students from each schools. As the giant thing shoots an attack at Adrian, he goes, but then a barrier blocks it. He goes, a barrier? Barrier, dude! He goes, the name's Akira. He goes, but I already have an Akira in my class. He goes, that was me. Remember? As he pulls off his face mask and says, I was actually him. My barrier is called Red Barrier. As he puts the thing in a giant barrier, he says, Adrian, you need to get in there and destroy the core. As the monster shoots out fire from its mouth going, ah! As it burns he goes, as he goes on one knee saying, go guys! As all the pro swordsmen and all of them go, "No dance, fucker, dance. You never had it." Okay, look, I'm sorry, I like that song. As they're going, ah! Adrian goes, as he activates Fire Tornado that swirls around him as he goes, ah! As he speed blitzes the thing, it starts punching it, but it's not doing anything to how smelly is compared to it. As he goes, as he's barraging it, as he goes, ah! As he punches it, which knocks it back a tiny teensy bit. As he backflips, going, "This thing's strong, way too durable." As it goes, as everyone's attacking it over and over, but it's not working. As he goes, "Now dance, fucker, dance. You never had a chance." As he stabs his sword so hard in, but it doesn't do anything. It shoots fire and obliterates their forces, knocking everyone back. Adrian moves. "Luckily, I can't do that." As he goes, as now they're really struggling. Adrian spins his blade up in the air, then kicks it with flame force, which stabs into the monster, but the monster just pulls it out and is about to crush it. But Christian blitzes in and grabs his sword and kicks the monster in the face, which barely does anything because of how smelly he is. As he goes, "We have to plan a strategy against this thing. It's huge." Akane goes, "Everyone, give me your energy." They go, "Yeah." As she goes, "Humongous tectonic night days." As she jumps down and slams it, which makes a huge explosion, which traps. Adrian goes, "Well, I'm not gonna give her energy if I ever have a fight with her, because that's gonna absolutely kill me." That thing was, as everyone is also hit by the shockwave of the night days. She goes, "Ah, take that, you stupid beast." But then she's about to get hit by fire. Adrian jumps in the way and pushes her, then cuts it in half, going, "Ah," as he cuts through it. Adrian says, "I need to do the... I can't master this form without it." As he goes, "Ah!" As he goes into full fire state. No, not full fire state. He goes into Fire Tornado even farther in. As he punches the monster far away. As he goes, "It's not going too far." As he goes, as he's still trying to hit the monster, but he can't do a thing to it. It's way too hard. As he goes, "Damn it! Why can't I reach you?" And nothing's working, as every time he barrages it in the stomach, it's not really doing anything. He thinks to himself, "What can we do? I don't have the slight push to go anywhere farther than this." As then it's ready to launch, it launches a humongous attack which obliterates everyone. They go, "Ah!" He goes, "Ah!" Adrian says, "Kasa," which means damn it in Japanese. Kasa. What can we do against this thing? What? Is this just the end? Then, when he's distracted, the thing shoots a humongous blast at only him, as it uses its vines to whap everyone away. As it obliterates Adrian. As he goes, "Ah!" Alex goes, "Adrian!" As Adrian dies right on the spot because of his distractions. Alex goes, "Ah!" as a humongous blade comes from his sword, as he cuts the thing up, going, and it's really doing damage. He goes, as it wraps around him, he goes, as he cuts it all in half. Then he starts cutting the thing up, going, but then the thing whacks him through the stomach, almost killing him, but blasts him back. Adrian appears in the psyche. There he finds the giant wolf. He goes, "How are you here? I killed you." He goes, "I'm inside of here, you brat." He goes, "So what? What's your point?" He says, "The point is that you remember that form you used against your sister?" He goes, he says, "Yeah?" He says, "That's called Final Fire mode. Which basically means you release all your energy. Why do you think you couldn't use your fire for a couple of days? It was disabled after all you used." He says, "I'm going to put my hand over you and light it with blue fire energy, and you're going to absorb it all of my energy. And you're going to go full power against these losers, against that thing." He goes, "Thank you." As he bumps his fist, and then he gets so much power from him, going, "This feels amazing." As the giant thing tries to attack at them again, but Adrian appears in front of it, slapping it away, going, "Gah!" As all Akane sees it, she goes, "Adrian?" As his hair is flowing, kind of, like, it's basically Super Saiyan blue, but his hair is blue and thing, and it's got blue fire on it. His hair is glowing blue fire, as it's sneaking up. As it goes, as his arms are also blue fire, or also just blue fire, along with a blue, his arm is dark blue, along with black on it, both of them, and he goes, as there's also a blue fire sword on his back, it's purely made out of blue fire, as he goes, "Ah!" As he rushes at this thing and punches it, punts it, going, which will launch it. He goes, "Yeah!" He goes, "Ah!" As he turns into the giant wolf, going, "Ah!" Everyone goes, "It's the giant wolf." He goes, "Ah!" As he turns way bigger, into the same size as the giant beast, as he bites down on it, going, as he bites off its arms, as it goes. Okay guys, that's it for this episode.